After last episode's chaotic pandemonium, going all over the place, doing a whole bunch of different stuff, we're going to come over here and just relax with some nice, easy tithe farm. Grab our Golovanova seeds, pop straight in here, have a nice, easy time. Even managed to find a world with, well, world isn't the right word, an instance that doesn't have a ton of extra people in it. Let's get right down to it. First fruit harvest was a complete success. Got all 100 Golovanova fruits. We'll deposit that in the sack here for 45,300 experience. My goodness. Boosting us from 35 to 46 farming. So that got us 2 tasks done. We got plant 100 Golovanova seeds and level 40 farming. Claim those for 100 points. And now we can go to the farming guild. Took the trek over to the farming guild. Since we really hop in place, we get another task just for entering the farming guild. Another 50 points. So now that we're here, we have new shops available, compost bucket, farming locations, but only this side because the other parts of the farming guild require 65 and 85. One thing we do have access to is farming contracts. So we can select any kind of farming contract we want. So we'll plant a bunch of stuff and then be able to cycle through all of it, getting a whole bunch of farming contracts very easily. Well, my strawberries died. That's still 3 farming contracts we get to do. Let's see how this works exactly. Select a farming contract, select an easy contract. Then I can choose a whole bunch of different stuff. Looks like dwellberries are the highest you do with an easy contract. We have rosemary, potatoes, onions, cabbages, tomatoes, sweet corn, strawberries. Oh, these are the only ones? Okay. So we're going to get the 3 contracts we have, and then we're going to get a whole bunch of fancy seeds. 3 farming contracts completed. Get the task for 1 farming contract, which I'm just going to guess is 10 points. Yep. Now we can see what these seeds will be. Decent amount of herb seeds. Dwarfweed, Cantine, Harlander, Erit, Guam, tomato seeds, limpet seeds, curry tree seeds, snape grass, cabbage. So plant some more stuff. Got the next set of crops planted. Marigolds, more dwellberries, bunch of tomatoes. Now we get to use something very interesting. Once you go to the tithe farm the first time, you unlock the minigames teleport. So every 20 minutes from this point on, I can go to the tithe farm. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Nowhere close to a bank, but as far as free teleports are concerned, I'll take what I can get. So we're just gonna head back in here, plant some more Golovanova seeds. Absolutely fantastic names. Another bunch of fruits for another 45,000 experience. It's up to level 51. And I'll grow pineapple plants. But we can't because the only fruit tree plot is at level 85. Let's look at the rewards we can get from here. Buy farmer boots. I think some like the top and the hat are more bang for your buck, so we'll wait for that. We also get this can, which would be slightly helpful, but filling the watering cans isn't too bad. Auto weed, eh. So I think we're going to, as this progresses, buy the outfit first. But we can't afford it yet. So, back in we go. More fruit, more levels. It's us to 55. Now, if we head out here, we can grab us that hat that we were talking about. So give some tiny fraction of a % more farming experience. Also, we can now go to the next tier of seeds, the Bologano seed. This will give us even more experience. Hooray! First harvest of Bologano fruit. Another task completed for just planting the seeds. Let's see how much XP this is going to be. 106,052. I got us straight to level 60. Which is, as you might guess, another task. So how many points is this going to be? 150. So it must be 100 for the seeds and 50 for 60 farming. When I said there was a lot of points here, I was not lying. And we don't have enough points don't have enough of these points, reward points, to buy anything. We can just grab some more seeds and head back in. More hilariously named fruit. More hilarious experience, plus tiny hat boost. Gets us to 63. Turning in the last bunch of fruit for now. 66 farming. Which also includes 65 farming. Which means we can go to the second area in the farming guild. But first, a farming run over here in Hosidius. A bountiful harvest of Terrelman, tomato, sweet corn, and limport root. Now to the farming guild. One last thing we need to pick up is a needle and some thread. This will all make sense later. In the continuing distractions from getting to the farming guild, we had a maze random. We got a ton of iron and steel arrows, and coal. That's pretty good. Back in the farming guild, we've got another task unlocked. Entering the mid-tier. Claim 100 more points. And now, that means we also have access to mid-tier farming contracts. Let's see how those differ from the low-level contracts. I somehow doubt I'll be able to harvest tomatoes for this. But we'll see. So the options are gingerberries and whiteberries, maple and yew trees, irits through snapdragons, white lilies, strawberries, watermelon, snapgrass, cacti, and potato cacti. Let's see what just like I thought. Since I unlocked the second area, it's added new low-level contracts for stuff like oak and willow trees, Guam, Marentil, Charmin, Harlander, Ranar. Oh, come on. Alright. So we'll get the contracts for these 4 patches. and then figure out what we're going to plant. 4 more farming contracts completed. Let's see what we get from these seed banks. Just an absolute ton of herb seeds, which I'm not going to complain about. I'm going to slightly complain about what type of herb seeds they are. But overall, a good spread. Let's see what we're all going to plant for this next batch. The farm is really coming together. Got a yew tree, earits, limpworts, watermelons, whiteberries, potato cacti. Whole bunch of stuff. Got more super compost. Got some plant pots to put my saplings in. At least the ones I'm actually going to use. But now it's time for something completely different. We are now over at raids. I've gotten out my best combat equipment because I'm going to be making a real attempt at it. And by real attempt at it, I mean I'm going to try to find a lockpick. I don't know how scouting and all that works, so I'm pretty much going to throw myself at it until I find the scavengers. They're the things that drop the lockpick. Start raid, I guess. Begin the raid. This will only go well. Hey look, it just went well. Now the question is, how strong are these dudes? I don't think I suffer any penalties if I die. So. There's a free iron axe. I don't know how rare this is going to be, so I'll be back when I get it. Next guy dropped it. So now I have this lockpick that I needed. That looks like a place I don't want to be. But what I do want is for my prayer to be recharged. Charge. Too high to attack with melee. Well, that's good to know. Wow, for a big giant boss, this really isn't killing me very quick. There we go. Now I'm poisoned. My attempts to retaliate are all for naught. Free prayer. It is now time to infiltrate the dungeons underneath mulch in the Kebos lowlands, the Kebos swamp. I was going to run up this way to get there. But then I decided, using one of my teleports, to run around the other side would be a more reasonable idea. Because while there's not as many monsters, let's see if this way works. I landed in a puddle. There's no way back. Well, that's not ideal. Here's a strange hole. Perhaps this leads out of here? That's a good question. Anyways, what we're here for is these stone chests. Apparently, lockpicks help you more frequently open the chests. And I got teleported out. See, that's what you're trying to avoid. And whenever you get teleported out, you just jump back into this hole and run back over here. Things that you can get here include gems, so I brought a chisel, Zviction fabric, so I brought needle and thread to make some robes. You can get poisoned, you can get damaged, brought a teleport. What we're really here for is an amulet, which is another teleport option. You also get these lizardman fangs, which are what powers the teleport. We're going to be here for an unknown amount of time, because who knows how long it's going to take to get this amulet. So here's the first inventory of loot we got. Got some money, fangs, various bolt tips, sapphires, rubies, and full restrictions that I made. So now that we're back here, I'm going to replant some dead watermelons, get a contract from that limp wort. Everything else seems to be going okay. Nothing too amazing from that limp wort contract. And there is our first Jagex talisman. Got it at level 70 thieving. And also, while crafting all the stuff, we got up to level 38. So if we wear this, that's another task. For 50 more points. And it also means we have something that goes in the next slot. Unfortunately, that means we only have a few teleports. The 24 we just put in, plus the fangs we brought back to the bank in the first trip. So we're going to stay here for a little while longer. If you get any more talismans, you can break them down for 100 teleports each. So that'll be good. Another inventory worth of stuff. And all this crafting costs level 40. That's another task. Another 50 points. Now we can pop in here and grab out all of our lizardman fangs and put them all into my necklace. So I got 58. Now I see we got a few plants around the guild ready to be harvested. So I'll pick up some more farming contracts. Got the irits, potato cacti, potato cactuses, limpert roots, and the watermelons went straight back into the compost bin. Let's see if we can get anything interesting from these seeds. Well, it's definitely a variety. So we got any good snapdragon seed, that's pretty good. More irit seeds, always good to have. Yep. Just a huge pile of seeds. Another pile of farming contracts completed. Capping it off with checking my first tree. 35,000 XP, not too shabby. I was going to transition straight into over there and opening all the seed packs, but I can't get rid of this tree right now, I need more money. Alright. Seed packs. Some of these, well, at least one of these was for a yew tree, so I might get something decent. Another yew seed at least. And some apple tree seeds, that's not exactly right. Just an absolute pile of stuff. Huge pile of herb seeds. Another yew tree seed. I think we pretty much get the idea. Seed packs, drop a bunch of seeds. I'll show these again if I get anything new and fancy. And there's another task completed for completing 25 farming contracts. Another 10 points. And now, we open up these seed packs. My cactus patch is currently empty, and I'm out of potato cactus seeds. So my options are to plant a cactus when I don't want to be done quite yet, or get a potato cactus seed here. Big ass cactus it is. That takes a lot longer to grow. Wait, no. Actually, I did get potato cactus seeds. I am blind. So, potato cactus seed it is. I'm saving you, cactus seeds. Soon. Very soon. And there is a milestone level that isn't a task, but unlocks a task. 75 thieving. Now steal from gem stalls. And there is a gem stall back at the main castle area. And you thieve it, and I think it's like 250 points for some reason. So, next time we're over there, just an absolute pile of points to be gained. And there is level 80 thieving. We can steal from heroes that don't exist. We can claim our super fancy 100 league points. We can throw the rest of our things into our talisman for a total of 288. Did not get a second talisman to break down for another 100. So that's all I got. 288 teleports. So it's a real possibility that I'm going to be back here later to try to get even more. In other news, got to 51 crafting from all the stuff that we made. So let's head to the bank and see how many gems and stuff we got. Got a decent pile of rubies and sapphires. Plenty more crafting XP here for later. Handful of bolt tips in the off chance we ever get to that point. And then up here, 15 medium clue scrolls. All nicely packaged. All stackable and convenient. So that'll be another thing we can do. Not that big of a deal, but that is our first torstal seeds. So we'll slot those right in next to all my other herb seeds, which is becoming absolutely ridiculous from all these farming contracts. Another pile of farming contracts. Another new seed. Dragon fruit. I can't even plant this one yet. Only 70 farming. So I'll just stay here for a little bit, I suppose. But at any rate, I'm going to head out from the farming guild for a little bit and go make some pie. So I used my new fancy talisman to teleport over here to the middle. That counts as a hard task, but for the achievement diary and not the actual Twisted League task system. But what does count for the task system is stealing this gem right here for 250 points. Amazing. Another small farming run down here. Now we can go pick up all the stuff we need to make some pies. Speaking of which, I need those cabbages, but I guess I'll just come back for them. Anyways, we're going over here to Logava, who sells cake tins and pots of flour. So we're going to be getting a whole bunch of those, because that's some of the items that we need. And we having to hop worlds, it looks like. But anyways, we're going to get a bunch of cake tins, a bunch of pots of flour. We're going to grab some extra buckets. And we're going to bring these buckets. Oh, I thought that was going to be disappearing. I'm taking a quiz right now. Be right back. Never mind. He actually just left. When you open a bank, it deletes your random events. Because reasons, I guess. Anyways, we're getting cake tins, pots of flour. We're going to be filling buckets over here. We're going to make a bunch of pies, and I'll show you the pies we make. Anybody want to take a guess about who just bought an absolute ton of completely useless cake tins and now has to go back to Hopping Worlds to buy pie dishes for the pies they're making? Really good at this game. And here's our finished pile of pies. We got 32 garden pies, which give a temporary farming boost of +3, made out of tomato, onion, and cabbage. And 33 botanical pies, which gives a herbal boost of +4, made out of those fancy fruit tops that we stole from the fruit stalls a while back. Now, I don't think I'm actually going to need this many pies, ever. But having something and not needing it, better than needing it and not having it. So, but actually I do need these pies, the garden pies, right now. One thing that you can do with the farming boost from the garden pies is plant higher level seeds here at the Tithe Farm. Unfortunately, it's only a +3. So we are 17,000 XP short of being able to grab these seeds this time. So unfortunately, we have to do one more run with the medium level seeds. That will be our last harvest of Bologano fruit for 106,000 XP again. Gets us to level 72. Now, when we try to grab this, it says level 74. It says you can't do that. But if we eat half of an entire pie, we can grab these seeds. Now, it's slightly awkward because you have to also have at least level 74 when you plant the seeds. So this isn't just some kind of one and done deal. We're going to have to eat a few more slices of pie while we plant these. But for getting this probably 2 runs earlier than normal, the massive XP boost is definitely worthwhile. A few pies later, we got our first harvest of Logavano fruit. Some things to note. Planting 1 seed was an achievement diary task. Planting 100 seeds was a league task. And it's going to be worth 250 points. Now to go from that high to another high, let's see how much experience this is worth. 174,229 for a full harvest. Gets us to 73. Literally a few experience away from 74. So my options are either run over, get some farming XP, or just take another bite of pie, grab the seeds, and then I'll get that last 166 experience during the game, which will be easy enough. So we'll grab another pile. More farming. And there is 75 farming. Unlocks magic trees, if we had any magic seeds. We can also come over to this guy and grab ourselves a fancy jacket. Now we'll get even more experience when we go back in here again. And there's a random level 40 defense. 50 more points. Grabbed myself 4 easy clue scrolls and a head that has a soul inside of it, apparently. Back over at the farming guild. Got another task complete for 50 farming contracts. Another 10 points. Compared to planting a few seeds, that seems like it would take a longer time to be worth more points than that, but it is what it is. A few more new interesting seeds. We got Magic Seed, which we can actually use, and Celastrus Seed, which we can't use yet, but is actually available here. Another interesting development. We've gotten our first Hespori Seed. So we're going to plant it here and come back much later when we have combat stats that are high enough to actually deal with this. This incredibly sparkly tree will give me incredible amounts of XP. 69,000 experience for a tree. That's pretty great. Pretty great. And with this fruit deposit, 80 farming, which is a task for 100 more points. A few more rounds complete. We can come over here to the shop and get some pants. So that means we only need to get the boots left, which is going to be 2 more games. So be right back. And there's the boots. Put those on. And we've completed the task to equip the farmer's outfit. Let's see how many points this is. Another 100. Very good. And there is 85 farming. Which means a few things. One, we can now do hard farming contracts, which give even better rewards. I'll take a sandwich. What do you got? Kebab? Sure. Okay. Distractions. Taste your kebabs. Anyways. There's a whip on the ground. Glitch? No. Anyways, 85 farming. We can enter the high tier of the farming guild. And that is a task that is worth 250 points. This also gives us access to the Slash patch, the Fruit Tree patch, the basically useless Spirit Tree patch, since you can't actually use them, and the Redwood patch in a few levels. So now we can plant whole new things, use this bank away from all the plebs over there, and get some more fancy seeds. 2 tiny trees planted, 1 Slastrus tree, which is protected with potato cacti, because why not, and a dragon fruit tree that isn't protected, because I literally could not have obtained coconuts prior to this very moment. So, I hope he lives. Because I'm leaving. And I won't be back for a while.